Good, good evening, and welcome to Comic Book Business News. It is one. It is whatever 26. I think it's. Let me see her. 7/26/24 in the news. Uh, I I went. The new Deadpool movie is really cool. So I think it's. I like how Ryan Reynolds again is really great. Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine, and he's kind of wearing his classic yellow and blue costume. For X-Men fans, you'll love it. And Wade, as usual, cracks it up. And it's Wade's kind of a loser, like he always is. He's got a little better face, like he's not the burned up, crispy dude. And he has a toupee, and it was working at a used car dealership. And he broke up with his girlfriend. That's like the love of his life. And he gets a and it's pathetic. But he has a out of his birthday, he gets snatched by these dimension police, and he like becomes a hero by like saving the multiverse from this woman Cassandra Nova, who is this parallel universe sister of Charles Xavier. So it's sort of like a nice movie for X-Men fans and fans of Deadpool. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. 4 stars out of 5. And I don't often go to the movies. I'm working on my movie project as saying it's getting more advanced. My script is finished. I'm reviewing something my script writer sent me. So I might join the IDB soon. So I'll be able to check out what people do, not only the big people, but what she does. Maybe she suggested if you find it a little challenging or want to be more hooked up, why not? I'll do it for you. And something tells me if I let her do it for you, she wouldn't do the whole thing because she says I'll have to do some of that. But she will assist me do some things, like mark some things to market my movie. I saw one of the guys see how this guy is so crazy and boring. Like it was like I don't when they named him book like holy shit, what is he the perfect he's like holy shit. Like, oh what a wonderful life. I'm like his book sounded like it sucked and the movie if it was ever made, I would think this would be. So like no one would see it. Although people thought it sounded great. We would have to book some really cool people. Maybe Ryan Reynolds, but I maybe Chris Pine. But Chris Pine would never be in it. And I don't think Wade Wilson would be in it either. So thumbs down on that guy. I'm fucking cool. She loved me. She said, "I'm one of the best I've ever read. You know, I think you're gonna win tons of awards." I know. I know. Like, I love it. Please give me an award. I can put it on my mantle, and I like some royalties. I need it. I need to buy a new car or get a better place, even though this one's good. You know, I need get me I need something to impress chicks with. So I could I could go out with more hotter women. Although the ones I could get are pretty nice. Yeah. So um yeah, so I don't want to say I've got a really cool edit of one of my books. It's nice and are posted on my website. The new version of one of my books, a little bit more bite size, comic book size. It's comic book sized, something to put in your comic book section collection. You know, it's not such a treasury. Although if you have the treasuries, it's fine. It's like Marvel did this for a few graphic novels, like The Death of Captain Marvel and What If Phoenix Still Lived. And I don't know if they did for the Futurians. Or maybe old Dave Cochran couldn't make it. Besides, I haven't been reading any comic books lately. I I got the new latest Savage Dragon. I've yet to read it. Savage Dragon gets rid of the mouse finally, who's harassing his wife, who's like she's bloody chick ever. Like, I wonder how Malcolm keeps his little bitch under the control, because maybe she's just too addicted, and he's getting Eric Lex is so much going to get yelled at. He's going to get in trouble someday. I know Disney doesn't care about that guy anymore. He's like Felix the Mouse rather than Mickey the Mouse. Mickey Mantle would just say, "Get rid of that guy. It's giving me a bad name. It's weak, and your lack of faith disturbs me." Yeah, just choke that dude. So dragon come off, um and then I am I am the force is getting stronger in me because I don't know, I have to lose some of the fun, but I'm kind of rising. You know, mojo rising, rising, rising. I gotta do some things, or you know, I hate these some people. I want to be like the wiki, and like I've been told that your IMDb stuff and your movie stuff would be great. But um if you don't like have one, you can't be cool, and like it's like I see we want you to, because because then they might, if I have one, get rid of all the boogers, and then we would have you were because I'm already cool. I could be easily cool and made into a superstar now, but there are rules. Maybe you have to be do certain some things, like a Wikipedia, perhaps. See, maybe if I there's other I know there's the first way to do Wikipedia is to build it yourself, and so the it didn't come through. So my friends preserve and put it on the minor league site, and although it is kind of saved, and they make one for the book, but it's not like you can link it up. Maybe in the future they said they could possibly make it for me, or I could go to these services somebody gave me. I hope I still have the thing where they build it for me, and then I'm also getting certain reviews about my books back, and things are good for me. And sometimes when I do a comic book show, I just don't buy a lot of comics. I want to do Fan Expo again in a couple years. I know I didn't get it this year. Our takeoff, or not apply for 2 years, and then that's reapply, and if not, for a while, unless they have Mr. Data or somebody interesting from the Star Trek I like, or Kevin Smith. I don't really want to go. I know, and the Anakin guy is kind of interesting, but I couldn't. I don't know. It's almost too sick of an except especially with how I'm high and the weather. So I couldn't see next year Anakin. Plus, I just came down a little bit. I have to remain high. Maybe, see, it's tough being a young blood hero. You have to remain one. I know. You have to be. It's like, I don't know if I ever did it and did a Comic Con just for fun, I would get the 3D VIP because sometimes I see old artists walking, or even those who do projects and consider themselves science artists, or like science fiction authors, people who were like walking around, browsing, having fun. Even if some friends of mine who are dealers and were banned for a few years from Buy the Fags do it, and you just they ended, like I saw him. One guy said hi to me at a table a few times, and then I one time when I was walking around on a break, I saw another old friend of mine, or acquaintance from the same shop, and he gave me a couple comics. You know, I think that South Jersey is a great place for indie comics and comics. One day recently, some guy walked up to me at a con who was also an artist, said, "Hey, you're cool. I got you in a back issue bin." And, you know, said, and I found out you were, and I like you, and your comic's a member of my collection. I think the comic he was talking about was Maccabee Lady #1, and that's cool. That's a great feeling. So I'm glad I remember that. That's something to remember. Sometimes, like I'm too outspoken, but that's maybe or have to be quiet about that because sometimes it gets me in trouble. Not about comics or people I like. I tend to keep quiet, make sure, so friends of mine don't get in trouble with the bags. But, you know, so, um, I guess we, maybe next time we'll talk about some other things. And peace and goodbye, goodbye, and good luck.